to the left. Blue jerseys everywhere. Game face, yeah, we got it on. Sticking out our chest, beating on it like it's King Kong. Countdown. 3, 2, 1. It's about to get rough. Here come the train, y'all. Tennessee, tighten up. Tighten up. Let's get tightened. Tighten up. Let's get tightened up. Sticking out my chest, beating on it like it's King Kong. Sticking out my chest, beating on it like it's King Kong. Tighten 2 step, step, step to the right. Do the tighten 2 step, step, step to the left. Sticking out my chest, beating on it like it's King Kong. Sticking out my chest, beating on it like it's King Kong. Okay, alright. Titans knock your heads all night. Alright, okay. Titans gonna win anyway. Good evening, Titan Nation. How's everybody doing? Welcome into another edition of Titans in Truth. I'm your man, Chris, a.k.a. Blue Enforcer, and we're going to have a very good show coming for you this evening, kind of coming on a little early because I'm going to probably hit the gym in a little while and got some things I got to take care of a little bit later. But I got to tell you, there's a lot of good things going on with the Tennessee Titans right now as they get ready for this upcoming season. AZ Mick, how's it going? Reggie B, how's it going? Make sure y'all spread the word out to everybody. Let everybody know where we're at. Make sure y'all comment. Let me know how I'm doing on the show and everything. And be honest with me. If there's anything I need to work on, I'm always willing to improve and get better as time goes on. Try to have some more things coming up for you. And so we're definitely going to talk about things going on with OTAs. We're definitely going to talk about some things with Marcus as well. And also we have an injury going on with the Titans wide receivers. And as we get ready to head towards training camp, also we had some sad news going on. Probably going to need some help from everybody on that. So I'll definitely get into that towards the end of the show. But like I said, what I need y'all to do is just make sure y'all share this show out. Share it out. Let everybody know what's going on so that they can tune in as well. And Classic Rod, what's going on? Figure I'd catch you before you get into work and everything. So, I'll be glad to, hopefully you ain't working too hard and everything. So I'm just giving everybody a little bit of time to, get in. So it'll be just a moment. We're going to get started on this episode. I hope everybody's having a good day so far and hope that everything's going all right. And, the Tighten Up season is almost here, y'all. We not that far away. We're probably about a good maybe 2 months away from some actual football being played. So we are very, very close indeed. And I can't wait. I definitely can't wait. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. I guarantee you on that. So first things first that I want to get into, Marcus Mariota, of course, is the definite big time topic of conversation because, he is, he is going into a contract year. He's going to be making almost $21 million this year on the 5th-year option, and it's do or die for him, basically. It's do or die. He basically has no choice. He's got to deliver this year. He's got to find a way to make an impact so that he can earn a second contract to stay on this team because I truly do believe that Marcus Mariota is our quarterback of the future. I believe he is the guy going forward, but he's got to show it. He's got to prove it because if he doesn't, we're going to have to draft another quarterback next season, and we really don't want to have to go start back over again. But we may have to. We may not have a choice on that, but definitely try to find out. And as I've said on one of my earlier shows, my expectation for Marcus Mariota is 3,500 yards, 30 touchdowns, and less than 10 interceptions. That is my expectation for him. And so I want y'all to tell me, what are y'all expectations for Marcus Mariota? I know we've talked about this quite a few times, but it's gonna definitely come up until he either exceeds those expectations or doesn't meet them. So that is something that is up to Marcus. He's gonna have to decide that. So what's up, K True? How's it going? But and I also expect him to at least play 14 games. So he's got to at least play 14 games and stay healthy. And one way that he's trying to do that, he's actually added on some weight during this off season. So Marcus has actually gained 12 to 13 pounds um, on him. So that may help him stay healthy. That may help him, be able to absorb the hits, and it may be able to keep him on the field much longer. So, you know, that is definitely necessary. Adding on some weight, get a little bit bigger, because a slimmer body is, susceptible to the hit, susceptible to injury. A little bit bigger of a body, he should be able to absorb and be able to stay in the game. But the thing about it is, you know, as long as the offensive line steps up, then we won't have to worry about Marcus Mariota being hurt, because he'll stay on the field and continue to stay healthy. So that's the main thing that he has to do, is to find a way to stay healthy and stay on the field. Let's see. Classic Rod said, read that even if Marcus does good, that J-Rob could use him as trade bait. I don't know necessarily if he'll be ended up as trade bait. It's possible, but it just depends on what's out there. Right now, you're not going to be able to trade him next year because he's not going to be under contract. But it would really depend on how he's going at some point during the season. If he's struggling by the trade deadline, then you just go to Ryan Tannehill the rest of the year and you trade him off. But I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think they're going to stick with Marcus Mariota all the way, and I think he ends up getting a new contract pretty much. Joseph, what's up, man? He's talking about pretty bummed, found out that Gerald McCoy signed with Carolina. We really need somebody to fill in for Jeffrey Simmons until he's healthy. AZ Mix says Marcus has to be consistent, less turnovers. I agree. Definitely needs to be less turnovers and has to be very consistent. And, as it's always been told, the best ability is availability. That is always the best thing to be. The only way to really maximize your potential and to really do things well is to be on the field. And so, you got to be on the field in order to produce. And you can't do that if you're hurt or if you're out for some reason. So adding that weight could definitely be helpful. We're definitely going to have to find out, because this is a big year for Marcus. They've invested a lot in the offensive line, with Taylor Warren getting a big contract, bringing in Roger Saffold, drafting Nate Davis, who will challenge with Kevin Pumpfield for the starting right guard spot. You got Jack Conklin. Hopefully they don't rush him back and he'll be ready to go. Or Dennis Kelly at right tackle. Delaney Walker's coming back. John Oop's coming back. Drafted A.J. Brown and Adam Humphries coming in from free agency. So, with Derrick Henry. So they've invested a lot in this offense simply for Marcus Mariota, and also getting Arthur Smith as offensive coordinator to keep the continuity together, to basically have it so that Marcus is not learning a brand new system this year. This is going to be, for the first time, his second year in the same system. So there's no more excuses for Marcus Mariota right now. And I actually just got I just ended up joining a new media team called the Talk Sports Media as a writer, and I'm going to be starting writing for them very, very soon. Shouts out to Carter Hudson and TTSM, the Talk Sports Media. So I'm going to be joining them, doing some writing for them. I'll still be doing Titans of Truth, of course, but I'll also be writing for them as well. And probably my first article is probably going to be having something to do with Marcus Mariota as well. So look for that coming out very soon. I'll be definitely putting some information on that. But Marcus has to ball out. He has no choice. The nerve damage, yeah, that's a concern because they didn't have no surgery on or anything. The doctors have basically said the best thing for him to do is to rest. But he feels pretty good. He's going just fine. If he doesn't re-aggravate that injury, then, things could go well. But if it re-aggravates, then we're facing the same problem that, we did this last season. So it's really now up to Marcus now. He has no choice. There are no more excuses. This is the last chance. So I expect Marcus to do well. I expect Marcus to produce, and I expect Marcus to be the quarterback of the Tennessee Titans long term going forward with that. So I'm hoping that does help. And, Marcus needs all the help he can get. It seems like right now, it looks like, according to what's going on with Jim Wyatt from Tennessee Titans online, that Marcus has been in a pretty good rapport with the wide receivers. And, it seems like there's a connection there. He's definitely connecting better with Corey Davis, with Adam Humphries. I know he's glad to have Delaney Walker back and things like that. So, building that camaraderie, building that chemistry, having that chemistry is going to do a lot of good going forward for the Tennessee Titans and for Marcus Mariota getting that new contract. Let's see. Classic Rod said, as long as the coach didn't get him, as in talking with Gerald McCoy. Reggie B says, plus the O-line have to play their part too. I agree with that. I agree. The big part is going to definitely be the offensive line. They are going to play a major role in the success or the failure of Marcus Mariota. And Derrick Henry is going to be a big part of this too. Running game can definitely take the pressure off of the quarterback in any situation. If Derrick Henry plays as well as he did the last 6 games of the year, then Derrick Henry is going to make 13, going to get, 1,300 yards rushing, and that takes the pressure off of Marcus. Marcus doesn't have to do everything to win a game, and that's going to be vitally important for the success of not only Marcus Mariota, but also of Arthur Smith as offensive coordinator. He's going to play a big part because he's got to be able to call plays and call the right plays to put the offense in the correct position to succeed. And I think one thing that has been happening is that Arthur Smith and Marcus Mariota have been talking as far as, what are some of Marcus's favorite plays? What are some of the plays that Marcus likes to run? Things that he can be the most successful at. And that's something I think that Arthur Smith has, really emphasized as far as making sure that Marcus is in a good position to succeed. So I definitely like that camaraderie. I like how that goes. Now, Ryan Tannehill being the backup, I know Ryan Tannehill's had a tough time accepting the fact of being a backup, but he's been a major help to Marcus. He has the experience. So, I mean, if Marcus has to miss a game or two, then, having Ryan Tannehill go in there, Ryan Tannehill could win us a few games if we need him to. So, you hope Ryan Tannehill never has to go in. But, if he does, we're in good shape. So I think we have the best quarterback situation in the league, if it happens where Marcus does go down. Classic Ross said, I predict Henry will will ride his way to 1,300 yards. I hope so. I definitely hope so. 1,300 yards. I mean, I know he's in a contract year 2. And I know some people are thinking, well, you can find a running back in the draft or anywhere. You can find a running back that can go for 1,200 yards a year and be fine. You're not going to give, you're not going to pay 8, 9, $10 million to Derrick Henry to stay on as your running back. Now, it depends on the type of season he has. I think Derrick Henry will return too, but the Titans are going to be in a very, precarious situation as far as salary cap, because Kevin Byard's probably going to get paid before training camp. So before training camp, Kevin Byard's going to get paid. That much is a fact. Marcus Mariota's got to get paid next year. You got to see about Derrick Henry getting paid. Next May, you got to decide if Corey Davis and Adoree Jackson are going to get their fifth-year options. Jack Conklin, are they going to re-sign him? Which I think Jack Conklin is the odd man out right now, unless he has an all-pro year. I don't see Jack Conklin coming back. I think, right tackle is another position that we could find in the draft that will be suitable, and Dennis Kelly has done well. So I see Byard and Henry back. I see Jack Conklin not being back. That's just my honest opinion on that. Let's see. Mama's Boy, what's up, Mama Boy, coming in saying, did you see Colin Cowherd's show when he talked about Adam Humphries and Mariota? No, I really don't watch a lot of national shows. The only main national show that I watch with any emphasis is Good Morning Football. That is the only show that I watch, because they're the only ones that really give the Titans any respect, or they're the only show that really talks about the Titans at all. Some of these other shows really don't talk about Marcus very much. For example, I was listening to Jared and the GM today before when I was leaving work, and on Around the Horn, they were talking about Adam Humphries and basically saying, well, Adam Humphries is a running back / wide receiver. And I'm thinking, when has Adam Humphries ever been a running back? He's a wide receiver full time. I'm like, what? And so, they were talking about the fact that Adam Humphries chose the Titans over the Patriots simply because, Tom Brady, you don't know how much longer he's going to last and things like that. So I don't know if that's necessarily the reason, but I think Adam Humphries chose the right situation. He can grow here and everything. You don't know how much time Tom Brady has left. He may retire after this year. We don't know, and I don't really care, to be perfectly honest. I'm just glad Adam Humphries is here. That much is a fact. Let's see. Classic Ross says, I don't want one of these new style backs. I want the big man. He can wear a defense down. Again, I don't disagree with that. You need a bruising back who could just demoralize a defense. And Derrick Henry does that. Derrick Henry has to do that consistently all year long, and he's got to be able to help out of the backfield. I'm not saying line up in a slot and run like a post route or a slant route, but I'm just talking about a little out route, catching the ball and turning upfield and gaining some extra yards, or screen passes and things like that. That is something that Derrick Henry could do to help Marcus. And he's also got to get better as far as pass blocking. And if Derrick Henry can become a better pass blocker, that will pay major dividends for his career. That much I confess definitely. CW coming in saying Humphries will fit perfectly because Mariota lives in the middle of the field. Plus, with Edelman in New England, he won't get as much plays. True enough. And that's what Marcus is the most successful, is in the middle of the field. That's where he does his damage the most. So picking a guy up like Adam Humphries definitely helps that in a very major way. Let's see. Eric Torres comes and said, he just kept his word. He said he's committed to the Titans, wasn't going back on his word. I agree with that. Loyalty and honor is something that is not very known in the NFL, but the fact that Humphrey said, hey, I committed to the Tennessee Titans, I'm not going back on it, shows you what kind of man he is. And I'm a fan of Adam Humphries already. without a doubt. I like Adam Humphries before he even steps on the field. So I definitely like that. CW says, I can't wait to watch Henry run behind Lawan and Saffold. And if Conklin's 100% and the right guard is solid, the run game will be a nightmare. I agree. I think we're going to do a lot of running to the right. To the left. With Saffold and Lawan on that left side, not too many people are going to get between those two to stop Derrick Henry. That much I agree with that. And Eric Torres says, where has Chris Frazier been? Chose to, let's see, does he hide in the offseason? No, if you look and Tighten Up for Life on Facebook, my guy Chris Frazier definitely doesn't hide. He ain't hiding at all. He definitely tells you that he does not like Marcus Mariota at all, which I have made it my mission this season to help Chris Frazier see the light and see that Marcus Mariota is the guy going forward. And I will say this, he is very consistent. He is very consistent in his stance that he just does not think that Marcus is the guy. And you know what? Hey, I applaud him on that for standing his ground, and even though, hey, we can agree to disagree. So, I'm not gonna hate on him for that. I respect his opinion. I just don't agree with it. And, me and him have had those conversations before, and we will continue to have those conversations. But at the same time, I have nothing but the utmost respect for him. So that's how I feel about that. Let's see, CW says, I just thought J-Rob was going to be interested in Sue and McCoy, but I guess he liked Brent Urban. Now, Brent Urban, came in on the second day of the draft. I think it's because of familiarity with Dean Pease, with this particular defense. Gerald McCoy, I don't think has played in a 3-4, and Ndamukong Suh's first time playing a 3-4 was last season in L.A. So I honestly thought they might take a look at Gerald McCoy because J-Rob is familiar with Gerald McCoy during his time in Tampa Bay and everything. So, I thought that I honestly thought that Gerald McCoy would be more likely than Ndamukong Suh. But Gerald McCoy ends up going to the Carolina Panthers, and Ndamukong Suh ends up going to Tampa Bay. Now, the fact that Gerald McCoy got a 1-year, $8 million deal kind of had me concerned because I'm like, the Titans could have got him for that. Probably could have got him for $9.5 million, and we're just fine. Maybe we should have took a look at that. But, we'll definitely see if McCoy and Suh blow up and do well in their prospective franchises, then I'm going to look at J-Rob like, J-Rob, you could have signed these guys. Jeffrey Simmons isn't all the way back yet, and we don't have nobody next to Jarrell. But and the only thing I don't like is that it seems like J-Rob, he has very, very, very high hopes on his draft picks. He believes so much in Taywan Taylor and Tajay Sharp, even though I don't think they're that great. He has a lot of faith in Daquan Jones and Austin Johnson. I don't think, even if Austin Johnson has a good year, I don't think he comes back because Austin hasn't really shown anything. And Daquan Jones has been very inconsistent. So I'm not feeling either one of those guys, and I don't know what Brent Urban is going to do. So maybe Brent Urban becomes something, but I highly doubt it. And maybe they think that Jeffrey Simmons will be back at some point toward the end of the year. But I think it might be best if he just sits out the entire 2019 season and then comes back in 2020 and we're good to go. But we'll definitely have to see as far as what happens with Jeffrey Simmons definitely going forward. And I agree, Humphreys can be our new Drew Bennett classic ride. Harold Landry is bulked up too. would be awesome if he had 12 plus sacks. I could see that. I could definitely see that. Mama Boy says, I'm with Chris, as in probably Chris Frazier. And again, I understand. Eric Torres says, good word as a man, he must have deleted me. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, hey, you go with what you believe in. And if that's what you believe, I got no issues with that. But let's keep going on because we're getting off topic here a little bit. Read some comments. Ravens fans throughout social media said that Urban is a great piece. I wish they still had him. Nick Williams dropping Buffalo and the Phantom hold on Walker still makes me angry. Stole 2 games from us. Yeah, we probably could have had 11 wins. Corey Davis doesn't get 1,000 yards this year. I believe Marcus is gone. Conklin, Dodd, Johnson, Henry, and Davis being considered failures. I mean, if that happens, that is a definite red flag on John Robinson if that happens, because then that means that he did not do a good job of evaluating players if all those guys don't stick. So this is a big year for J-Rob as well. J-Rob better hope that some of his guys hit, because if they don't, that's going to be a big-time red flag on John Robinson's record as general manager. So now OTAs are going to be wrapping up. Tomorrow is going to be the last OTA practice of the 2019 offseason, because after that, there will be a mandatory mini camp next week, June 11th through the 13th. There'll be the mini camp. So that'll be, I believe, next Tuesday through Thursday is the mini camp. Then after that, the players are off for 6 weeks as they get ready for training camp. And then Hi-Ho Silver is on like Donkey Kong, because it'll be training camp, which means preseason, and then the regular season kicks off. So, this is important times for the Tennessee Titans as they get ready to wrap up and get ready for training camp coming up. But some things I'm definitely hearing about. Again, we're more on developing a second pass rush move to go along with that speed dip move that he has. And so Harold Landry has a chance to be even more dangerous and can be just, I mean, very, very, very beneficial to this Tennessee Titans defense. I think if Harold Landry, who had 4.5 sacks last year, can get up to maybe 10 sacks, I think that will be an incredible jump for him. Plus, Cameron Waits on the other side, at 37 years old, probably thinks that he's still 27, the way that he's kept his body in shape. And if he does that, that takes a lot of pressure off of Landry. Then you still have Sharif Finch, DeAndre Walker, and Kamale Correa behind them as well. So I think Harold Landry's definitely going to take a step up, along with Rashaan Evans as well. So both of those guys could have some very, very nice seasons going forward. And that was something that Landry talked about during his press conference. I believe that was yesterday. That was something that he was talking about. And, 5 of the 6 draft picks have been signed to their contracts. A.J. Brown is the lone draft pick that has not been signed yet, but I don't expect that to take long. I think A.J. Brown will be signed and he'll be ready to go. Now, there is a little bit of a problem with A.J. Brown, and that is yesterday he ended up he was doing a individual drill, and he ended up pulling up a little bit, which basically is a sign of a hamstring injury. A lot of people have said that it's really not that big of a deal. It's not really that huge of an issue. AJ tweeted out and then took it down saying, dodged the bullet, and things like that. So by the way that sounds, it may not be too serious. or things like that. But we'll definitely have to find out because we know hamstrings can be nagging injuries and things like that. Just ask Corey Davis, ask Jonathan Cyprian. They'll tell you about that. So, the hamstring issue, I just hate it keeps coming up. But that's probably happening all over the NFL. So, hopefully A.J. Brown is quickly to recover. He may be limited next week during the mini camp, but then he has 6 weeks to rest up and everything. So I think by training camp, he'll be ready to go. He'll be just fine. That much I do agree. Again, we already talked about Adam Humphries choosing the Titans over the Pats. He already committed to the Tennessee Titans. And he also mentioned that, he didn't feel like he knew how many years Tom Brady had left in him. I hate mentioning that name, but he said, he felt that he could grow more here than in New England with that. So, I mean, yeah, it will be an opportunity to play with him, but at the same time, he could retire at the end of the year and then bang, you're starting over again. So, I definitely love the fact that he chose here instead of going to New England. And yeah, I'm still a bit bummed out, of course, that Gerald McCoy and Ndamukong Suh, that neither one signed here with us. But the sense from Paul Kaharski or paulkaharski.com was that the Titans weren't really going to go after Ndamukong Suh anyway, even though they had a lot of interest last year. And they should have went after Ndamukong Suh, but I think maybe they did try to talk, but it comes to find out maybe Ndamukong Suh wanted more than a 1-year deal, and things like that. And, with Jeffrey Simmons coming in, he's going to take some snaps away from somebody. And the question is who? So if Simmons ends up playing at some point this year, he'll easily take some snaps from Austin Johnson or Daquan Jones, which I wouldn't have a problem with, not one bit. So, yeah, that's definitely a lot of things that I'm seeing with training camp. I know Logan Ryan spoke about the new CBA. I'm not really going to go into that. He has a lot of knowledge about that because I think he is one of the player reps for the Tennessee Titans in talking about the CBA and with the players union and things like that. So, the collective bargaining agreement is a big issue. And, DeMaurice Smith has already come out and said players better get ready to save their money and prepare for work stoppage in 2020. I really hope that doesn't happen. Even though I understand the players do deserve, protection as far as health insurance and, being taken care of after retirement and things like that. Because, I mean, this is a dangerous game. Now, if it's about money, they shouldn't want for more money because they get a lot of money. Quarterbacks are getting paid $30 million a year and things like that. But if it's about, health insurance and health care and things about like that, then yeah, I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to check it out and things like that. Maybe that's something next week I'll have some information on as far as, what do the players talk about as far as the CBA and what would that necessarily mean as far as that. But and also, I definitely give credit to the Tennessee Titans organization for they hosted about 70 high school coaches from around the state. Also, Jeremy Pruitt, the Tennessee Vols head coach, and Derek Mason, the head coach of the Vanderbilt Commodores, also stopped by to talk to some of these coaches and to give them, ideas on better ways to better ways for the collective bargaining agreement and better ways to succeed this season because again Vrabel has preached we don't want to just be good. They want to go from good to great. And that can go a lot of different ways. They need to be great. And to not only make the playoff, but to win the division and to compete for an AFC championship. Let's see. Eric Torres says, can somebody ask Chris to add me back? I'll talk to him. I'll see what I can do. But yeah, Shaolin, fantastic hamstring. But by the way it sounds, it doesn't sound like it's too serious. CW said, really don't have defensive linemen with insane stats. Besides Jarrell Casey, you're absolutely right. CW said, now here's one thing about DNP's scheme. He said the other day, some players in the system don't get sacks, but as long as they do their job, that's fine. Look at the Ravens D every year. They really don't have defensive linemen with insane stats. That is absolutely right. And that is something that Dean Pease did talk about in the press conference. I believe it was on Monday. He did talk about that as far as, we need to get pressure on the quarterback. I'm not necessarily concerned with the huge number of sacks, but as long as we get pressure on the quarterback and make the quarterback make mistakes. Because he even said it, that one of the teams in the league who had a whole bunch of sacks ended up finishing as one of the worst defenses in the league. And I believe that was a team that had over 40-some sacks. And didn't, and really did make an impact defensively. So, sacks are very important, but that's not the be-all, end-all in that situation. So, CW said, I think AJ is fine. I think he barely missed a hamstring injury. We're definitely going to find out with this mandatory mini camp and everything. So we'll see if he can. We'll see if he goes with if he's able to come back and be ready to go as quickly as possible, which I think he could be. Joseph said, I wish we had Braun Strowman. On our defensive line. Nah, I don't think Braun Strowman is going to be on our defensive line. I just don't see that happening. Landry and Evans missing time early in training camp did hamper them, but they both definitely came along strong. And everything. Of course, CW talking about the fourth down stop by Rashaan Evans. That was big. That was definitely one of the big plays of the year. He says, I don't think there's going to be a work stoppage because both sides love the money too much. And I don't think there will be a work stoppage because the NFL is doing too good in ratings. If that was bad, I could see it. Again, I agree. I don't think there's going to be a work stoppage. I don't think so. Titan Sam says, I see some players complaining on social media about their salary, and it's like they're out of touch with reality. And if that's the case, I don't know. Because I'm like this. A lot of these guys are making the type of money that I wouldn't make in 100 lifetimes. I would give anything to make their kind of money. I would give anything to make $200,000 a year playing football. I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? I'll be glad with $200,000 or $500,000. I ain't got to have $1 million right away. I am perfectly fine. I'll be perfectly fine making $200,000 a year playing football. I would be good with that. Titan says cheap guys who go as undrafted free agents make like $250,000 a year. Yep, that is true. And then Titan says, yes, I see. Okay, I did read that already. CW said, I don't get it. I work a hard, tough job too as a farmer for around $70,000 a year, and it's dangerous too. I won't complain about $1 million. Never mind $5 million. I agree. I definitely agree with that. Titan says they do the dirty work. Pease asked them to eat up more space and take on as many blocks as possible to let the LBs run free. And usually in a 3-4, that's the main premise of that, is that you know, that's the main premise of Dean Pease's defense, is that, you just work it. You work, let Harold Landry, Cameron Wake, Rashawn Evans, or Jayon Brown, or Wesley Woodyard make all the plays. That is the most important part of a 3-4 defense with that. So, I mean, yeah, Dean Pease is known to get more out of players than you expect. I mean, let's take a look at Kenny Vaccaro. Comes in as a free agent last year, has a great year. Malcolm Butler got better as the season went on. Rashawn Evans got better. And I mean, just adding Cameron Wake and adding him definitely boost up our defense. And so I love Dean Pease. I love what he brings to the table. So I just like where this team is headed. Titan says, no, we won't. Braves is hush hush about injuries. I mean, yep, that is true. He don't talk about injuries unless he absolutely has to. And I look forward to this season coming up, and I think the Titans have a chance to do very, very well, even though it's a very, very tough schedule coming up. And that game against the Browns to kick off the year is going to set the tone for this entire season. But now that we've done that and everything, basically, lastly, I want to send out a couple of prayers. Definitely want to send out a couple of prayers. First, in our Titan Nation, Miss Loretta, Miss Loretta Turnley, who has been a day one supporter of Titans and Truth. She was really supportive of my blogs that I wrote before I even created Titans and Truth. She's been down even before day one. She lost her brother last week. So I ask that all of you keep her in your prayers. Keep her in your prayers. If y'all know her on Facebook, definitely reach out. Definitely reach out. Let her know that you're thinking about her and that you're thinking about her family at this time. Another part of our Titans family and part of our TNT Enforcers family is another day one supporter, Miss Sharon Cushman. As I put a post out, put a couple of posts out. She had a brain. She ended up having a brain aneurysm, and she's right now in the hospital. She's at Centennial Hospital here in Nashville right now. So I really do pray for Miss Sharon's speedy recovery and regains her function, her brain function and everything. And what I want to do, it's been actually on my heart for quite some time. I would like to start a donation or a fundraiser to try to raise a little bit of money to maybe get Miss Sharon some flowers, some flowers, and maybe even get Miss Loretta some flowers as well for the loss of her brother and things like that. I'm going to put out some information tomorrow. Try to find out as much information as I can on Miss Sharon, maybe find out what room she's in or her condition and things like that. But I ask all of you, for these two ladies, please pray for them. Please pray for them. Pray for their families and everything that they're going through right now. Because, I told Miss Loretta this earlier today. I said, yes, we are Titans fans and we, love football. But with TNT, with Titans and Truth, and in this Titan Nation, no matter what, we're a family. Okay, we have to watch out for each other if something goes down. So, please keep them in your prayers. Please keep them in your prayers. Uplift them. If you know them on Facebook, just uplift them and uplift their families and everything as much as you possibly can, because I think they will really, really, really appreciate that and everything. So that's really all I got to say about that. Again, I kind of give my shut my pothole moment. Um, to the commissioner and to DeMar Smith. They better not stop this game again, because I need football in my life. Football is a very special part of my life, and I don't want to see it taken away. I don't think it will be, but we'll definitely have to see with that. So yeah, I definitely pray for those ladies. And the shut your pothole moment is to DeMar Smith and to Roger Goodell. Get this thing done sooner rather than later, so that we can continue playing football and y'all don't lose out on any money with the TV contracts and everything like that. So please do that and everything. And yeah, to DeMar Smith and Roger Goodell, shut your pothole and get it done so we can keep football going. No news yet on AJ Brown, Derek Roberts, but right now it seems to be a pull. It could be a hamstring injury, but the Titans nor AJ Brown think it's too serious. So it looks like he's going to be just fine and definitely ready for traffic. I'm sorry. Definitely going to be ready for training camp coming up in August. So y'all, I think I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I am missing. Of course, congratulations to Logan Ryan. He had a party for his foundation, for the Ryan Animal Rescue Foundation. You know how he loves animals and things like that. Raised over $160,000 on this year's event. So congratulations to Logan Ryan. Very good job and everything. And Titans Nation is behind you. Definitely behind you 100% with that. So y'all, if there's nothing else, and I'm looking at some other things, seeing if there's any news. Doesn't look like there is. If I forgot something, just let me know. Let's see. Derek says, sorry about Miss Shannon and Miss Loretta. Thank you for that, Derek. Again, I'm going to be doing a fundraiser either by Cash App or on Facebook. So please make sure you can at least give some to the cause, because like I said, I want to get both of them some flowers. It doesn't have to be a lot. I mean, hey, every little bit helps with that. So I really hope to do that, because that's just been something that has been on my heart these last few days. But let's see. Before I do get out of here, CW says, don't get why the Browns are favorites all of a sudden. The favorites, they're weak at safety, inside linebacker, and O-line. Yeah, but you got to think. The Browns are the sexy pick right now. They got OBJ. They got Jarvis Landry. They got Baker Mayfield, who runs his mouth. I just don't know why the Browns are getting all this love, but basically, again, it's because they're the sexy pick. They made sexy moves, something the Titans didn't really just make. But we will definitely see about that. Week 1, I think it's a good week to catch them, because their continuity isn't all the way there. So we're definitely going to see. Joseph says, fantasy-wise, who would you have on the Tennessee Titans? They could be from TV shows or whatever. Let me get some time on that, because I'm not really the biggest in the world, biggest. I am not the best. Um, I'm not the best expert on fantasy sports, but I'll definitely take a look into that, and I'll have some answers for you on that. I think definitely Derrick Henry is a guy that you want to have. I think our defense is something that you want to have. Um, and everything. So that's just something that I'm thinking about. Derek Robinson says, give me Corey Davis. Gave me Corey Davis hamstring nightmares. I saw the clip of it. That was definitely a nightmare. Quarterback can't throw if he does not have time. Baker is going to find out it's harder the second year with more and more film on him. I agree. Now everybody has a chance to study him, and now they're going to have a full game plan for him. And CW says, I think Byard needs to be extended ASAP. And I don't disagree with that. I think he will be signed before training camp is underway. That's what I think. But hey, everybody, I thank y'all for tuning in to Titans and Truth. I'm finna get on out of here. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your Wednesday and a wonderful rest of the week. Catch us right here, same time, same day next week. We're definitely gonna have some fun, and we're definitely gonna talk way more Titans as we get ready to close out the offseason and get ready into the draft. So thank y'all for tuning in. I will holler at y'all, but y'all have a very good night, and I will see y'all next week right here on Titans and Truth.